The gravity between us. The first time I saw him, I thought he was trouble. Not the kind of trouble that comes with a reckless grin and a leather jacket, but the quiet, calculated kind, the kind that could ruin you without a single word. He stood at the edge of the bar, his dark eyes scanning the crowd like he already owned the place. His suit was sharp enough to cut glass, but there was an air of danger about him, like he belonged in the shadows, not under the warm glow of chandeliers. I turned away, pretending I wasn't interested. But pretending didn't make the pull go away. Is this seat taken? His voice was smooth, low, and laced with a confidence that made my heart skip a beat. I glanced up, meeting his gaze for the first time. Big mistake. There was something about the way he looked at me, like he could see every secret I thought I'd buried. Like he could unearth them with just one touch. It's a free country, I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. He smirked, the curve of his lips both infuriating and intoxicating. I'm Adrian, he said, holding out a hand. Lila, I shook it, my skin tingling where our hands met. And just like that, the world shifted. Adrian wasn't what I expected. He was sharp, witty, and impossible to ignore. But there was something darker beneath the surface, a weight he carried that he never let anyone see. We spent weeks circling each other, our conversations laced with banter and unspoken tension. Every look he gave me felt like a promise, every brush of his hand a warning. I told myself to stay away. I wasn't the kind of girl who played with fire. But Adrian wasn't fire, he was gravity, pulling me closer even as I tried to resist. One night, after too many stolen glances and lingering touches, he kissed me. It wasn't soft or sweet. It was desperate, consuming, like he needed me as much as I needed him. This is a bad idea, I whispered when we broke apart, my breath mingling with his. Probably, he said, his lips ghosting over mine. But some things are worth the risk. Being with Adrian was like standing at the edge of a storm, thrilling, dangerous, and impossible to walk away from. He made me feel alive in a way I hadn't in years, but the closer I got, the more I saw the cracks in his armor. He never talked about his past, but I could see the ghosts that haunted him. Late at night, when the world was quiet, I'd catch him staring out the window, his jaw tight, his eyes shadowed. Talk to me, I said one night, resting a hand on his shoulder. He turned to me, his expression unreadable. You don't want to know. Yes, I do, I insisted. Whatever it is, you don't have to carry it alone. For a moment, I thought he might open up. But then he shook his head, a bitter smile tugging at his lips. You don't understand, Lila. The things I've done, the things I'm still doing. They'd destroy you. You don't get to decide what I can handle, I shot back, my voice trembling. He reached for me, his hand cradling my face like I was something fragile. You're the only good thing in my life. I can't lose you. Then stop pushing me away, I whispered, my heart breaking for the man who thought he didn't deserve love. Loving Adrian was the hardest thing I'd ever done, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because sometimes, the things that scare us the most are the ones worth fighting for. And Adrian, he was worth everything.